Pet ownership around the world. Hi there, thanks for joining us for Plain English lesson number 299. Can you believe we've been together for almost 300 English lessons? By now, you know where to find all the lesson resources. That would be plainenglish.com/299. I'm Jeff, by the way. JR is the producer. What else do you need to know? Well, that's it. On today's lesson, it's all about pets and pet ownership. Who has them? What kind of pets? And why do we have them? The expression is stepping stone, and JR has a song of the week. Now, before we start, there is one more thing you need to know. That is the definition of the word butler. A butler is like a household servant, but it's really from times long ago. Like in a castle in England, they would have a butler. Mr. Carson was the head butler in the show Downton Abbey, for example. This is going to come up in the lesson, so pay attention. A butler is a person who serves the members of a rich household. The world is getting more pet-friendly, and the pandemic has only accelerated the trend. According to a large survey of 22 nations, about 55% of consumers owned a pet. This is not a representative sample of the world's population. These were mostly developed countries in North and South America, Europe, and Asia. Pet ownership is a luxury that the world's middle and upper classes can afford. Some surveys indicate that countries start to adopt pets once income reaches about $5,000 per year. So the survey was mostly developed countries, but among the survey respondents, dogs were the most popular pets. About a third of survey respondents had a dog, a quarter had at least one cat, 12% had a fish, 6% had a bird, and 6% had another type of pet. Where are the world's most enthusiastic pet owners? Argentina, Mexico, and Brazil are the three countries with the highest percentage of pet ownership. 82% of Argentine respondents had some type of pet. The U.S. was fifth on that list. Interestingly, the countries with the highest percentage of pet ownership are also the countries that prefer dogs over any other animal. Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina all have a strong preference for dogs, although in Brazil, smaller breeds of dogs are more popular. You're least likely to own a pet if you're in Asia, but Asian countries tend to prefer cats. The most popular cat-owning countries, though, are Russia, France, and the United States. The most popular country for pet fish is China. I had no idea. And Turkey has a strong bird-owning tradition. Birds are popular in Turkey. Pet ownership has a long history. There is evidence that humans and dogs lived together as far back as 10,000 years ago. But pet ownership has changed over the years. People today tend to treat their pets more like humans or a member of the family. A recent survey of American pet owners found 95% considered their pet to be a member of the family, up from 88% in 2007. Decades ago, pet ownership looked a lot different. Many dogs were sometimes allowed inside, but were just as often kept outside. They were fed table scraps or cheap processed dog food. They had a leash, a collar, and maybe a blanket to sleep on. Over time, people started to think about their dogs and cats as an extension of the human members of their family, a trend called humanization. Today, dog and cat owners often sleep in their own beds with their pets and treat them to organic, minimally processed, expensive food. They have toys and stimulation, special schools, public parks and beaches have designated pet areas. Pet health insurance is popular so that aging pets can have expensive operations or prescriptions if they get sick. In America, almost half of pet owners buy their pets birthday gifts. I have long maintained that if you want to make a lot of money in America, you should get into the pet industry. Americans will spend ridiculous amounts of money on their pets. I've used the term pet ownership, and that is the most common way to describe someone who has a pet. That person is a pet owner. But lately, some people have taken to calling themselves pet parents. You might hear someone say, he's a dog dad. And indeed, as people delay having children until later in life, many couples use pets as a stepping stone toward parenthood. But for the ultimate in pet humanization, look to South Korea. There, cats don't have owners. Cats have butlers. That's right. The people who have cats in South Korea call themselves the cat's butlers. In America, we raise our pets up to be our equals in our families. In South Korea, they raise their cats up so they are superior to the humans. The humans are the butlers. There are many good reasons to have a pet. Pets provide emotional support and reduce anxiety in times of stress, especially what we've been living through lately. Playing with pets is a great way for people to get exercise. Taking dogs for walks has health benefits for both the dog and the walker. Many people find that caring for pets gives them purpose, is personally rewarding, and helps them socialize with other humans. Studies often find that dog ownership is associated with better recoveries from events like stroke and heart attacks. Seniors who care for pets make fewer doctor's visits. It's hard to prove whether pet or especially dog ownership is truly the cause of better health outcomes, or whether healthier people are more likely to have pets. But pet ownership is generally associated with healthier people. Pets can also help children with ADD or attention deficit disorder and children who show signs of autism. I'll tell you one thing that doesn't surprise me: Argentina. When I was in Buenos Aires, one thing I noticed was the dog walkers. Just walking around the city, I'd often see dog walkers with 3, sometimes 4 dogs at a time. Brazil likes small dogs? That does surprise me. I would have thought a bigger country with more open space, a lot of smaller towns, I would have thought that would be big dog territory there. If you want to find the stats on your country, the survey I was talking about was 22 countries, so maybe yours is on the list. Then just look at the bottom of this lesson transcript at plainenglish.com/299. Click through to the main lesson, and there are 2 links at the bottom of the transcript. One of the links is to the survey results on pets. You do have to be logged in as a member, but it's included in the free membership. And this is true for every lesson. Go to the bottom of the main lesson transcript, and you'll find 2 links to English articles about the main topic. So if you're interested in the main topic, you have a way to continue to read about it in English. Today's expression is a stepping stone. This is an interesting one. A stepping stone is almost like something that's halfway to where you're really going. So picture yourself on a walk in the woods and you come to a stream. A stream is like a small river. You come to a stream and you need to get to the other side, but you can't quite jump all the way over to the other side. It's just a little too far to jump or to take in just one stride. So you look for a stone or a rock in the middle of the stream to step on as you cross the creek, and that is a stepping stone. These days, we say something is a stepping stone if it helps you take a large step in life that maybe you didn't want to do all at once. The way I used it in the main lesson was that many couples use pet ownership as a stepping stone toward becoming parents. Maybe they're, 26, and they want to have kids someday, just not right away. But they also do want to have some of the benefits of having an expanded family, so they use pet ownership as a stepping stone to having kids. They start by getting a dog, and in 2 or 3 years, they'll have a kid. It's a little bit of a joke to say that pet ownership is a stepping stone toward having kids, but there is definitely some truth to that. I suspect some of you use plain English as a stepping stone. You probably had English classes. Maybe you did the apps. Maybe you had a teacher. Maybe you still do. One day, you want to be able to speak and understand English at full native speed, but you're not quite there yet. So you listen to slower speed programs like this as a stepping stone. This is going to help you get where you're going. You're using this as a stepping stone. College or university life is often considered a stepping stone toward full adulthood. In America, at least, it's common to enter university at age 18 and to have more independence, more personal responsibility. But for many people, this is not true adulthood. They are not making all their own money, paying all their own bills, supporting themselves totally, but neither are they under the constant care and watch of their parents. So sometimes we say that university life is a stepping stone toward full adulthood. It helps you get there. Let's say you'd like to start an expensive hobby like photography or cycling. Eventually, you want to have a nice camera or a nice road bike. Let's say photography. You want to take beautiful, artistic photos and possibly even make this a career. This is what you think you want, but you don't have any equipment yet. Is it a good idea right away to buy an expensive camera? I would say probably not. I would say maybe buy a medium quality camera. Buy something a little better than your phone's camera, but not quite like a professional camera just yet. Use that medium quality camera as a stepping stone. Learn some techniques. See if you really like photography as much as you think you will. See if you have any talent for photography whatsoever. Use that medium quality camera as a stepping stone. Then, when you're ready and know more about photography, you can get better equipment. JR's song of the week is Feeling Good by Nina Simone. Originally recorded in 1965, the song has been covered by a number of artists, including George Michael, Avicii, John Coltrane, Michael Bublé, and others. It was written as part of a musical about civil rights. At the beginning of the song, you hear Simone sing, "It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good." Feeling Good by Nina Simone is the song of the week, thanks to our producer, JR. I need a pet in my life. That's what I've concluded from this pandemic. I grew up with dogs, golden retrievers, but I haven't had one myself because of my job, my travel. For a long time, I lived in really small apartments that weren't conducive to pets, but I might be coming around. We'll see. That's it for number 299. We've covered a lot of ground in 299 lessons, lots of different topics. Hopefully you found a lot of the lessons interesting. And remember, you can always read more in English about your favorite plain English lessons by looking at the bottom of the transcript. You do have to be logged in to see that, but it's included in the free membership. So there really is no excuse not to be signed in as a free member. You can explore our whole lesson history, and when you find one you like, you can read even more about it in the English language articles that I used to prepare the lesson. So sign up for free if you haven't already. It's at plainenglish.com. We'll see you back here on Monday.